Hey freaks. I don't know if this is working. Hopefully it is. Had some technical difficulties, of course, because I don't know how to use technology like ever. Um, Video quality is kind of shitty. I'm sorry. My webcam is not working. And I'm on my like super old laptop because Google Chrome was not working on my new laptop, so I'm on my old shitty slow laptop that apparently my webcam does not work on. Anyway, hello. Let me know. Why is the chat not working? Please wait while we try to connect to you. Okay. I think it's reconnected. I don't know. Let me just say hi in the chat here. Okay. Oh, okay. Glad you hear me. Can you hear me well, or like, do you think I should put my headphones in? Let me know. Anyway, let me pull up my. I'm gonna do like a double. I feel like a cool like person who's techie and have like two computers going on at the moment. Yeah, that's about as techie as I get. Two laptops. I'm not like one of those people who has like multiple monitors in their thing. Because I did have a bunch of you submit questions through my metalhead community, so I want to answer those first. Andrew, you can hear me. Yay! Glad you can hear me. Hi everyone. Cyber Donut. Cool name. I'm into it. Oh my god. Okay, well apparently I can't even do that. Let me pull this up in this tab. Anyway, how's everyone's day? Let me know in the comments. About halfway through this giant beer. I think it's like what is the British pint? Is like 20 ounces or something, right? I could be totally wrong about that. I know the British pint is like different than our American pint, but it's the bigger one of the two. And it is like a homemade brew from our neighbor down the street. Yeah. I've moved. If you couldn't tell, I have a new setup here. The rest of this room is a complete fucking disaster. But I got like one wall looking okay. Okay. Sounds good. A little bit low. Can you increase the volume? Does anyone else hear fine? Okay. Rudy Pooty, are you the one who mentioned that on my other videos you could see like orbs and like the mask moving and stuff? Because I read that to my husband and he was like, wow, that's crazy, because ever since we moved, he has not had any nightmares. He usually has these weird, like kind of demonic nightmares, kind of like a recurring thing that happens quite often. But since we moved, he hasn't had any. Which is funny. I haven't really noticed any like weird, like paranormal-y stuff when we lived there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very interested in the whole paranormal, I don't know, subject, I guess. Sorry guys, I'm trying to talk and figure out how to get to my questions because it was on my other computer and my other computer kind of crapped out on me. Hold on one second, sorry. Aha. Found it, kind of. Close. Sorry, it's gonna be like 10 minutes of me like trying to work technology. I swear I'm not even 30, but I'm like an old person. Ah, there it is. Yay. Fuck, I'm in the wrong account. Fuck. The haunted house. Luddite. Yes, I am a Luddite. Yes. Okay. Sorry, guys. Fuck. Switch accounts. Let's try this again. Okay, finally. Sorry, it's like a lot of footage of me just staring blankly at the screen. Sorry, guys. Okay. I'm really glad that I pre-read through all of these questions. Otherwise, I would have been sitting here for like 10 minutes like, I don't know. That's a good question. So first question is, sorry. Who is your favorite band that you've seen live and why are they your favorite? That one's pretty easy. And I'm sure you guys are not going to be surprised at all that it is Coheed and Cambria. And I've seen them 6 or 7 times. One of my favorite times was at this one festival here in Tennessee called the Exit 111 Festival, and it was supposed to be this huge, huge thing. If you've ever heard of Bonnaroo, it was the festival grounds for Bonnaroo, and Bonnaroo is like a huge, like kind of Coachella type of thing. And so this was supposed to be like the rock slash metal version of Bonnaroo. Uh, and they did not have nearly the attendance that they were expecting. So it was like not even half of like that whole festival area was filled. Um, but it works. It was nice for, like the consumer, it was nice for me and my friends when we went, because we got like right up front for pretty much every band because we didn't have to fight as big of crowds. So that was back in 20 like fall of 2019, I think. And Coheed had just come out with their Vaxis 1 album, and that was my favorite time ever seeing them. That was closely followed by the most recent tour that I saw them on, which was the Window of the Waking Mind tour. That one was amazing. But yeah, that Vaxis tour, that one was just, I don't know. It was a really short set because it was a festival setting, so their set wasn't as long. But it was just so much fun. I don't know. It's just like a whole, I don't know what you call it. Like if you're religious, you know the whole like godly feeling that you get when you're in like the live music setting. But yeah, it's all of that and more. A close second to my favorite band concert that I've ever gone to would be when I went to see the Mars Volta on their reunion tour. What was this? 2022. Yeah, that one was crazy because that one was like one of the first concerts I ever went to completely sober. But it was weird because I was completely sober the whole time. My husband and I were trying to get pregnant, and I wasn't pregnant at the time, but I got pregnant right after that. So I wasn't drinking or anything, but I felt like I had like smoked like a bowl or 3 or 5. I don't know, something with the audience and I don't know, everyone was just so happy to see them like back on stage. I don't know, I don't know, again, like the whole vibe and the feelings and the whole like otherworldliness of it was amazing. Okay, let me pause there while I read some of these comments. Yes, haunted house, Luddite. Yeah, we should get you a Roomba for Christmas. Haunted Roomba. I actually want one of those. Does that make me like an old person? Is that like an old person thing to want? I want one of those because I have to clean up crumbs off the floor from my 1-year-old breadcrumbs, just like Gretel, just all over the house all the time. I vacuum so often, and dog hair too. So that's not fun. Andrew says, met Josh Eppard at a wedding last year. He couldn't have been nicer. He invited me to sit with him and let me fanboy out for a few minutes. That's awesome. I've heard so many amazing things about Josh Eppard, that he's just such a, welcoming, awesome guy. Yeah, I've not met him personally, but yeah, I think he's a cool guy. And it's funny because he is kind of like the voice of the band, being that Claudio is fairly introverted. I think Travis is as well. So we get a lot of Josh talking. I was a friend of mine interviewed him talking about the very first scary movie that he ever watched, and that video, I can link it somewhere, but he's talking about American Werewolf in London, which is one of my favorite old scary movies, and he goes on and on and on, and he's very passionate about it. But yeah, he's a fun guy. I'd love to meet him one day in person. Yeah, Mars Volta, nice to see live. I wish I would have seen them back in their heyday, when they were like young. But I did get to meet Cedric outside the hotel right before the show, so that was maybe part of the fun experience. Of course, I'm always like super like awkward when I'm being myself. So it was just like, hi, I'm a fan of your music, like a total fucking dweeb. I should have, I was like, can I get a picture? No, I didn't even ask to get a picture. Did I? No, I didn't. Did I? No. Or I would have had one. I should have, but I don't know. I never want to like bother people. I always feel like I'm being a bother. What about your husband? Did he manage to get pregnant too? I always think it's funny when people say like we're pregnant. Like, no, like one of you is pregnant and the other one is like physically not pregnant. Roombas are great. I love ours. Oh, yeah, okay. See? Can attest that they're good. I Roomba my upstairs carpet. Does it work on carpet? I thought it was just for hardwood. Okay, sorry. Let me get back to my questions from my metalhead community. Um, Congratulations on 10K. Slightly morbid question. Ooh, I'm intrigued. You're 97 years old and dying. You have a great day with your family and loved ones. You know that tonight is your last night on earth. What song are you putting on as you drift off to eternal sleep? This is from Luke from Australia. Well, Luke, I'm glad I read this beforehand. Otherwise, I would have been sitting here for a while, not sure what to say. I have two different. Sorry, I do them. I don't know what this is, but I do this a lot, like I'm Donald Trump. I have two different answers for this question. The more like morbid, sad, emo answer is "My Arms Your Hearse" by Opeth, like the whole album, not just the song, the whole album. And the less emo answer, like, so sorry, I'm still trying to log into my other computer because that's where I have my notes. And the slightly less emo answer is Coheed's "Two's My Favorite One" from the Afterman album, because that is in the story concept of the, well, it's a great song, first of all. In the story concept for that one, it's about Cyrus Amory basically going off into the ether, off into, the afterlife or whatever, to search for his wife. So it's kind of like a send off into the afterlife, and it's a good song. So those are my kind of two different answers. I have kind of two different answers for a few of these questions. Sorry. Let me read these comments real quick. The vegan metalhead. I was vegan for 1.5 years, I will let you know. I'm a guy and get accused of being pregnant at work constantly. Yikes. I'm sorry about that. I have been asked if I was pregnant when I was not pregnant. So there's that. Not with carpet. It has all of that squigglies sticking out that it does on normal carpets. We're talking about the Roomba, I'm assuming. Yes, the whole album. Already cheating. Yes, I am cheating. I cheat. Thanks for the stories of all these beautiful albums from Greece. Hi, from Greece. Oh, I have another Aussie metalhead. It's cool to have people talking to people from all over the world. That's the one cool thing about the internet. Okay, moving on. Next question. What up, JJ? If you could choose any band to do a concept album on any story, what would be your ideal combo? For example, I would give good money or redundant organs to have Mastodon do a Prometheus concept album. I would love to have Neobliviscaris do a concept album, first of all, because they don't, as far as I know, they don't do concept albums. I would love it if they would do a concept album on Cleopatra. Because first of all, I love the Cleopatra like story. Like historically, like it's just so crazy what this woman's life was like. I mean, of course, if the history is accurate or whatever, you never know. But from what I've read, her life was absolutely wild. I would actually love to write like a historical fiction type of thing about Cleopatra one day. But I think Neobliviscaris would do it justice because maybe just because like their latest album kind of had like some like desert-y feels to me, some kind of like, I don't know, Egyptian-y vibes. And I just love them as a band. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm glad they asked the question just now. I had a similar one. For me, my answer is Sonata. Oh, Jesus. Sonata Arctica for a band I wish I would do concept albums. Yeah, there's so many bands that I wish would do concept albums. There's also a lot of bands that I like that do concept albums that I didn't know did concept albums that I'm learning recently. So yeah. Of course, I feel like you could make anything a concept album if you really wanted to. I was talking about this with a friend of mine, not talking about it. I was listening to his voice message a few minutes ago about Sleep Token. We were talking about Sleep Token and how, like, if you just listen to the album on surface level, it does not sound like a concept album. It just sounds like a compilation of love songs / breakup songs. I was like, yes, you are absolutely correct. It does not sound like a concept album. but just goes to show you can make anything a concept album if you really want to. um, anyway, uh, okay, sorry, moving on to the next question. Is there an album that reminds you of your childhood? For me, it's Linkin Park's Meteora. Meteora. I don't think I'm saying that right. Sorry. So thank you for taking the time to make these videos. Keep up the great work. Oh, thank you. I wish you would have left your name. I would have been able to thank you by name. But yes, album that reminds me of my childhood is absolutely All Time Lows. So Wrong It's Right. I listened to that on repeat the entire summer between 6th and 7th grade. And that summer was the first summer that I went to my first Warped Tour. Warped Tours were so cool back in the day, especially if you were an emo kid growing up in the early 2000s. But yeah, All Time Low, I was obsessed with that band when I was a kid, and it still like pops up on my phone every now and again, like when I have stuff on shuffle, and I still rock out to them on occasion. But yeah, that whole album, like I just get flashbacks of that summer, whatever year that was. I want to say like 2008. I don't know, but yeah, that one for sure. Like if we want to talk like super old, like before I was choosing my own music, there's a lot of albums that like my parents used to like put on repeat when we would go on long car rides. Yeah, Shania Twain being one of them. Whenever I hear Shania Twain, I always think of the long drive from our house to like California. We used to do that in the summers when I was a kid. So anyway. Royce wants to know, what is your opinion of System of a Down? I like System of a Down, though I couldn't really name you more than like 2 songs. I haven't heard anything from them recently. I've never seen them live. But yeah, I like the few songs that I know of theirs. Yeah, they're cool in my book. I don't know if you want to send me some music, go ahead. I'm not super familiar with anything that they've come out with in the past 10 years. Meteora, thank you for helping me sound that out phonetically. Disturbed, The Sickness Is Mine reminds me of my childhood. Yes, I think I had that album too. That reminds me of my childhood as well. Childhood band is Sublime. I never got into Sublime. I always saw people wearing their shirts and I always thought they were cool. So I was always like, I want to listen to Sublime. Never did. Was Michael Jackson Thrillers one of those? Yes. Okay. So I did a metalhead community, like exclusive video for my metalhead community talking about non-metal music that I'm into. And I had posted it, like shot the video, edited it, uploaded it, posted it to my metalhead community. And then like the next week I was like driving and I was like, you know who I fucking forgot on that list? Was Michael fucking Jackson. I loved Michael Jackson. I still love Michael Jackson. But you were like on the nose with that comment there because my sister and I would go to the Hollywood Video or the Blockbuster and we would rent Michael Jackson's DVD of like all his music videos and just sit at home watching them. And then a few weeks later, we'd go rent it again. I don't know why, but we would just, I do know why, because he's an incredible performer, dancer, singer, everything. And of course, I grew up dancing, so he's like an idol of mine as far as like just dance goes. He's also an incredible artist as well. But yes, I love Michael Jackson. The Thriller album, that is another one that I had as a kid that I would put in my little boom box and listen to on repeat as well. Along with Don't Hate Me, but Nickelback was a band of my childhood. I want to say like 2006. I was in like 6th grade. I had their one, I don't know, the album that has like the car driving on it and it has that stupid song on it. Okay, sorry. Where were we? Weird Al. I saw Weird Al live once. He was an interesting dude. Vegan Metalhead wants to know, what is your favorite type of food? Breakfast. I'm all about breakfast. I'm really picky about it. Like certain breakfasts just don't cut it. Like, like Denny's is not going to cut it. I'm all about like that bougie gourmet breakfast. So yeah. Nostalgia aside, in your opinion, best Coheed album? Hands down, Afterman. Both Ascension and Descension. I count them as one album because I don't have to pick between the two. My favorite Coheed album is still and might always be the Afterman album. So I love it. And that was like after I got into Coheed. That wasn't like one of the first Coheed albums that I got into. I think my one of my favorite Coheed albums is New World for Tomorrow because that's like the time when I was starting to get into Coheed. Any new band beers or coffee coming out? Are you planning on doing any other types of tasting? I would love to do more band beer tastings. It's just hard because a lot of the times they partner with like a local microbrewery in their area. Like I know Coheed has come out with a few beers like in New York or New Jersey, and they won't ship here. Tennessee is weird, and or the brewery doesn't want to deal with shipping. So it's hard to get a hold of some of these beers. But yeah, maybe I'll do one soon because there are a couple that I know I can get. Like Megadeth has a wine. I don't know if I want to spend a whole lot on it. Is the thing, especially if it's not good. Okay. Not surprising. Yeah. Nickelback unsubscribe. I was a child. Okay. You got to give me that. I was like 11. I think that's the perfect age to get into Nickelback, and then 12 is the perfect age to like not be into Nickelback anymore. Okay, sorry. Getting back to my questions from my metalhead community. Schmo68W wants to know, I'm new to the metalhead community and I've just really gotten into reading more, listening to audiobooks. My question is, when do you think you will be writing / publishing a book that has a metalhead character that is relatable and shows the true side of metalheads and not just what they want people to see? I'm so flattered that you're asking about my writing career. The short answer is that I wrote that book already, but it was not good, and so I kind of sitting somewhere in my drafts and the files on my computer. I wrote that a couple years ago. It's a horror / urban fantasy story, starring a metalhead main character who was, the hero of the story. But the whole book, the plot, I don't know, something happened with the plot. I think I tried to force things to work that didn't quite work. So yeah, it needs some work, needs some revisions. It needs my writing partners to help me rewrite eventually one day, or I just need to write a new one. But the long answer to that question, sorry, Jesus. This is why my videos, I have to edit them highly because I can't fucking talk. But the long answer to this is that most of the characters that I write are like metalheads, even when metal doesn't exist in that universe. Like when I'm writing fantasy, when I wrote, oh shit, it's backwards. Fuck, this is like, found it. When I wrote this one, it's a fantasy novel, so it takes place in a, fantasy universe, kind of built around like the early 1800s America, inspired, not exactly, but inspired by the Wild West. So of course there's not any metal music. The characters I write are kind of reminiscent of the whole metalhead mentality, a little bit weird, a little bit different, have a different view on the world, and sometimes, not caring what other people think of them. Anyway, that's the long answer. Sorry. Okay. What else are you guys saying here? I don't like beer. Can you not like beer? It's so good. It is an acquired taste. What are your favorite hardcore metal workout songs, artists? That's a good question. I don't really listen to too many, like, I don't know. I haven't recently been listening to any music while I work out. Because usually I'll go for a run and sometimes it's just more tranquil without music. I don't know. But mostly I just don't want to carry my giant heavy brick of a phone with me when I'm running, because I have to switch hands and then it gets all sweaty and I get tired of holding it. So, I mean, I would like to listen to music. But no, if I'm trying to get into the workout mode, I guess, um, I don't know. I think I like to listen to a lot of like prog metal because it kind of puts your mind in a different place, I guess. It kind of is easier to zone out if you're thinking about a storyline sometimes, and not think about the sucking that is going on if you're running or whatever you're doing. Um, so like a lot of Mastodon, a lot of Opeth, a lot of Coheed. But if I want just like a like let's fucking go song or band albums, it's got to be Fit for an Autopsy. Probably that's probably my favorite like non-concept, non-prog like go to band. Lorna Shore is kind of getting up there, so I'm gonna listen to a little bit more Lorna Shore. Um, okay. I've had an interest in concept albums. In your opinion, what is the most important to include in order to make a good, entertaining album in this style? Um, it depends. So, like concept albums, you get so much freedom with concept albums because you can basically do whatever the hell you want. I think you have to go into it knowing that like a lot of people are not going to know that your album is a concept album because there are so many of super famous concept albums out there that the vast majority of people don't know is a story, has a story. Um, so you just kind of have to accept that first of all. But if you want to make a very what word am I looking for? I don't know, a story that really hits you in the feels. I would say study story structure. Go look up plot beats for like movies, like Save the Cat writes a novel, or just Save the Cat like film structure. Plot structure for movies, they kind of have it boiled down to an exact science. Like this needs to happen here, then this happens, and this happens, and then your finale looks kind of like this. Especially a good place to go if you're looking for I don't know, inspiration. I'm assuming you're writing a concept album. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. Western Warden. Let me know if you are like writing concept album or if you're just asking like my opinion on concept albums. Sorry, that was probably I went off on a whole side quest. That was probably not even your question. um, okay, let me get back to my metalhead community questions. This one is from my friend Pedro. Hi, thank you for helping me with my technical difficulties. Okay. Here is your question. What is your favorite non-Coheed concept album? What's your favorite Coheed album, and why is it Good Apollo Volume 1? And if it's not Apollo 1, then why aren't you ashamed of it? It's not Good Apollo 1. I'm sorry. It's not. I said it was Afterman. Good Apollo 1 is a fantastic album. Like it just is. I'll give you that. Congrats on reaching 10K. My metal sister, so proud of you. Thank you. Okay. What is my favorite non-Coheed concept album? Can I just say like all of Mastodon's concept albums? Is that a cop out? I don't know. Mastodon writes some fantastic concept albums. A close second would have to be Unleash the Archers concept albums. I have not gotten into their third most recent album just yet. Listened to it, but I have not gone into the lyrics or thought about the concept yet. But yeah, Apex and Abyss, fantastic storyline wise as far as like I don't know, like I said, plot structure goes. But yeah, also Operation Mindcrime by Queensryche. It's got to be up there. That's just I think musically that one is probably my favorite, just because it's like every track is just absolutely perfect. So I don't know. Sorry, I gave you like 3 answers there. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Not writing one, but might one day. Do it now. There's no time like the present. No, I hope you do write concept albums. People should just write concept albums just for fun. I've written some rock operas, like I did it in reverse. You can, which I don't know what I'm saying, but I took an album that's not a concept album and I turned it into a concept album by writing a story around it. And it was so fun. I would love to do more of that. It's hard for me to find time to do all of my side projects. Not sure if they have any concept records despite their poetic lyrics, but they are very unique with their sound, mixing band's collective American influence into the music. Who are you talking about? Sorry, did I miss something? Um, choose one Mastodon album. I can't choose one Mastodon. Okay, yes, I can. Emperor of Sand. I'm going with Emperor of Sand. Am I? No, I have to go with Crack the Sky. Well, okay, musically, I like Crack the Sky a little better, but Emperor of Sand has such a great story. I'll give you two: Emperor of Sand and Crack the Sky. Just had to go get a beer and ended up spilling some of it on the kitchen counter. You're gonna get ants if you don't clean it up. I know that from experience. I'm sorry. Okay. How long have we been on this chat? I don't want to like go super long. Oh, sorry, you were talking about System of a Down. Okay, sorry. It's hard to keep track of all the people, but not sure if they have it. Okay, you're not sure if they do. I should look more into their lyrics. I know they have some cool lyrics. Mostly just thinking of Chop Suey, but like, what is that song actually about? I don't even know, but I should look into it. That one would be fun to cover in like a short video. Let's talk about Chop Suey. Oh, I'm glad you agree with my Mastodon picks. Okay, yeah. I mean, how can you not like Crack the Sky? I know a lot of people don't like Emperor Sand because it's a little bit less heavy, I guess. But I think a lot of the nuances in there are really cool. Okay, let me make sure I covered everything from my metalhead community. I think I did. Cool. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments section here. Thank you guys so much for joining and listening to me ramble on about random stuff and deal with probably some really poor video and audio quality. If you're watching this in the future, thank you for watching and bearing with me through all of the things I normally edit out of my videos. Yeah. Question for you guys. Okay, I don't know why I do this, but for some reason, like it started off so innocent, okay? It started so innocent. I left the cuts of me like drinking stuff in my videos as like a pause in between like tracks or like in between things because I talk really fast and I feel like it people need a second, you know what I mean, to like process. And it also helps with the YouTube to like populate breaks in your because YouTube will do auto do the chapters in your videos. It has some AI thing that automatically puts chapters into your videos and names them. So I feel like I needed like a little gap in between, mostly in between each track. So I was like, I left me drinking things in between. But then it got out of hand. And it was like me drinking. It was just like there's one video that I like uploaded and someone had commented like, what's the deal with you like drinking in, in the video? And I was like, yeah, that one was a little excessive. That one got out of hand a little. So is the cuts of me drinking things distracting, annoying, weird? Should I stop doing? I kind of stopped doing it in my last couple videos. So yeah, let me know. Okay. Anyway, do I listen to Worm? No. Who is Worm? I don't know who that is. Mass Obliteration. Cool name. Let me know who's Worm. I did a short a while back, a YouTube short that they're trying to. I don't know. YouTube's trying to be like TikTok these days, but where was I going? Oh, I did like a short video talking about like bands whose names sound like they've been pulled out of a hat. And in the comments, I got so many like band names that people were like telling me that are just really dumb band names. Basically, it became a comment section of like dumb band names. But yeah, one of them was like there's literally a band called the. I don't know. People are weird. Okay. Jenna says, I like it. I think you're referring to me drinking in my videos. The variety of beverages you feature. Lots of tea during the prego period. Yes. I don't know if anyone caught on to that. They knew I was pregnant because I kind of stopped drinking beer for a while. It was just all like tea and water. Um, Now we're back to beer. Yay. um, Graham, you say you like it. It's quirky, and I've actually seen some YouTubers do a similar thing. Okay, yeah, thank you. I think they do a similar thing, but it's like not as like fucking obnoxious, maybe. Hi from Australia. Hi, Kingman151. I've got tickets to see Coheed later this year, my first time. That's so exciting. I'll never forget the first time I saw Coheed live. You are in for a treat, my friend, because they have really upped their game as far as like their production value. Value? Production expense, maybe? I don't know. They have a whole hoopla going on during their live shows now. Of course, I haven't seen them since like I want to say 2022 was the last time I saw them. But yeah, their Window of the Waking Mind tour. Like, I mean, I don't know if you're going to a headlining tour or if you're going to a festival or in what format you're seeing them. But yeah, they have really just expanded their whole stage stuff. And Claudio sometimes actually talks to the audience, so that's really exciting. I'm really stoked for you. Let me know how it is. Jealous. I wish I could go see them. Worm is a death metal band from Florida. They're a combination of death metal, black metal, and funeral doom. Color me intrigued. Yeah, I've never heard of them. I'll definitely have to look them up though. Do they write concept albums? So that is the question. Oh my god. Any chances of bringing back the ravioli transition? The sad thing is that my very first video on this channel is probably one that has the most views. It's not my most viewed video, but it has a lot of views and it's really bad. It's the Year of the Black Rainbow, Coheed and Cambria story explanation, and I am eating ravioli in that video. I don't know why. Oh god. Yeah, let's not bring back the ravioli. You don't need to see me eating ravioli and talking at the same time. Bigger production budget. Yes, those are the words I was trying to look for. Matt Alexander. Hi, I went to the Emery Wars table at Comic-Con yesterday and got a sweet poster signed by Rags. I also went to Boom panel and told them we fans are rabid and we wanted a show or a movie. Yeah, that's okay. So first of all, super jealous. I would love to go to Comic San Diego, or what I'm assuming it was San Diego. Was that the most recent one? Comic-Con. And I would love to go and see them and get stuff signed. So jealous, first of all. Yeah, I know we need a show or a movie. The unfortunate thing is like the whole Hollywood thing is a big old clusterfuck. I know Mark Wahlberg had the rights to it for a while, but I think that expired. I think you only have the rights to it for like a certain period of time, and then if nothing happens, I think it's like nothing happens, and then you have to find a new buyer. I think I don't know. I'm no expert clearly, but do you need a show or a movie? I do think we would have to, as if I'm a part of the team. I do think we would have to restructure the story a little bit to fit more of like either if it's a show, more of an episodic format, or if it's a movie, more of like a cinematic format. Mostly talking about like their first two, like Second Stage Turbine Blade and Keeping Secrets. Go to Apollo Burning Star 4 is like night and day from Second Stage Turbine Blade, at least storytelling wise. You can just see the growth there. So if we were to start with, I'm saying we as if I'm part of the production team, as if I'm making this happen. I'm not. I would love to, but I'm not. But what was I saying? If you were to start with Second Stage Turbine Blade and turn that into a show or movie, I do think you would have to do a little bit of plot restructure with it. Not saying that it's bad, it's just, it's the beginning stages of this whole universe that we're in. So you might have to do it in media res, you might have to flash forward and backward, which I think would be kind of cool. Like if you start with go to Apollo Morning Star 4 and we kind of get flashbacks of I don't know, Second Stage and In Keeping Secrets. I don't know. I haven't thought about it that much, but I should. I should write a screenplay. I don't have time. Sorry. um, okay. Yeah, San Diego. Okay, so you were at the San Diego Comic Con. Cool. They say the Table of the Year animated series would be personally. Yeah, animated series would be really cool. Yeah, it would be cool. I wish it would happen. Do I think it will happen? Unfortunately, I don't. I don't really see it happening anytime soon. I think the fan base would have to expand exponentially, which it already has, but I think it would have to expand exponentially a little bit more, and for a little bit more in order for us to get something like that. Unless some indie production film is willing to take it on, that I think that would be more realistic. Or unless they were to do like a big kind of like they did with the go to Apollo, or kind of like they did with the New No World for Tomorrow series. If they were to do like a big crowdfunding campaign for it, that might work. But yeah, you never know. Thing recently for a lot of people who are creating art these days. So yeah, maybe they could get a big crowdfunding campaign together and themselves. That would be amazing. Animated series would be hard unless they get some killer artists. Yes, they would have to. I mean, it. Yeah, that. Yeah. Again, I usually edit it out of my videos, me being like, don't know what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Well, we are at the. I can't see what time it is because my screen on my laptop is slightly broken. We are at the almost 30-minute mark for this video. So I didn't want to go too long. Keep it short and sweet, as they say. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any last minute questions, throw those in the chat right now. If you're watching this in the future, when I've uploaded it, throw your questions down in the comments. Yeah, I'm happy to answer any that are appropriate. And yeah, thank you guys, so much for getting me to 10,000 subscribers. I think I've said this before, maybe on another one of my videos, or maybe I haven't. I don't know. But I basically started my YouTube channel because I had no friends. At least no friends to talk about music with. I don't know, I was in a kind of a transitioning period in my life, where, I had changed jobs and I was not, talking with my normal friends who I worked with at my last job. And I don't know, I was feeling like, there must be other people out there who are thinking the same things as I am as far as bands that write stories. So create this YouTube channel mostly because I had no friends and wanted to talk to people on the internet about concept albums. So thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble and watching me take drinks of things and eat ravioli apparently in my videos. And thank you so much for all your wonderful, wonderful comments that you all have left me. And thank you so much for all of you who are part of my metalhead community. And thank you to everyone who's purchased my novel this past year. Yeah, it's very, very heartwarming to see so many wholesome people in this community, which I shouldn't be surprised by. Every time I go to a metal show or concert, festival, whatever, I always encounter so many, wholesome people, which is funny because us metalheads are supposed to be mean and dark and standoffish. But yeah, everyone else is always so kind. Much love from a fellow JJ. We are friends on Facebook. Oh, hi. I have not been on Facebook. I'll let you know. Sorry, I haven't been on social media much lately. The move and just a lot going on. But yes, I plan to get back on Facebook at some point. Thanks for the amazing content. Q&A was fun. Thank you for joining. Thank you for all of you who asked questions for my metalhead community. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you decided to create this channel and sharing your interest. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for being freaks with me. And yeah, I kind of call you all freaks kind of as a joke because when I was growing up, I always saw people who were I don't know, dressed a little alternatively, let's say, or, lots of tattoos, piercings, or whatever, and I was like, "Those people look so cool." And my parents were always like, "Those are freaks. Look at that freak with the, tattoos." And I was like, That's me." Anyway, so we're all freaks here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening, chatting. If you want to reach out, feel free to in the comments. Feel free to message me on Instagram. Feel free to message me email if you're part of my metalhead community. You can just reply to any of my emails at any time. Anyway, that's all for now. And yes, thank you so much for joining, and I'll talk to y'all later.